If you're a home service business looking to getting more leads through a lead vendor and having a pay-per lead campaign through a lead vendor like Stoy Media, then here's 3 infrastructure mistakes I want to make sure that you avoid, because there's 3 specific things that you need in your home service business to have a consistent, good working pay-per-lead campaign through any lead vendor. Now, don't get me wrong, there's differences in lead quality and pricing, but I want to give you 3 structural things that you need to have in place before you do a pay-per-lead campaign, and how to make sure that you can fix these things so it can be successful. And number 1, having good processes. Things like the setting process and the sales process. Now, I want to make sure that you can really get these in, because the truth is, even if we get you 10 leads a day, if you cannot set 30% of appointments at the minimum or 20% of appointments at the minimum, you are not going to get good results out of any lead vendor. And I think you would be better spent if you just started a campfire with your money in the middle of your warehouse and keep everyone warm, because it'd be a better waste of your money. So unless you have a good setting process, you're not going to be able to get any appointments. And unless you have a good sales process, no matter how many appointments you set, you're not even going to be able to close any of them. And if you don't have a good setting process, you're going to get few appointments, and the chances of you getting a few sales to be able to actually even break even, because if you don't have a good setting process or a good sales process, you're just going to waste your money. And I want to, at the end, give you a good idea of what a good setting process would be, and then point you in the right direction for a good sales process, because at the end of the day, stoymedia.com, we are a lead vendor for home service businesses, not a sales agency, not a sales trainer. So the best we can do is give you advice on setting the leads. Now, number 2, let's talk about a CC, a call center. You either need a dedicated call center rep, a dedicated receptionist, or a couple people to start setting those appointments for you. Because just with the setting process, this is 90% of what a good setting process is. I made a totally different video on this channel called Why Calling Your Leads Within 5 Minutes is Outdated, Why You Should Call Them Within 1 minute. And unless you have someone dedicated to setting these appointments like a call center, and this call center doesn't have to be 50 people in a room, it could be 1 person or 2 people. And I wouldn't recommend that you have any of your salesmen be the call center reps, because they're not going to be able to get back to the leads within 1 minute or even 5 minutes, because they might be with someone, they might be up in a project, on a roof, in an attic, in a basement, whatever the home service is. They may be doing that, and so they're not going to be able to reach anyone. And so having dedicated call center reps is what's going to be required in order for you to have a good setting process, so you can actually have more sales and more appointments and potential sales. Now, number 3, and I'm going to run through how to improve everything. Number 3, that's sales reps. Killer sales reps, not just Joe Schmo who's consistently been closing insurance work or referrals. It's got to be someone who can consistently close. If your sales reps have been consistently running referrals or insurance work and have been getting a 90% close rate, you don't have killer sales reps. I'm sorry to break it to you. Unless your sales reps can consistently close retail work, you're not going to be able, and don't get me wrong, whatever your industry is, if you do basement waterproofing, whatever you do, but if we're talking roofing, siding, gutters, unless you can consistently close retail work, your sales reps aren't good. I'm sorry to break it to you. When they run retail leads and retail appointments, they're not going to get a similar close rate. If anything, they're going to get a really bad close rate. And I can tell you personally, I've spoken with home service companies who have got sales reps who cannot consistently close. They don't have good sales reps, and all we do is end up wasting their money. And I can tell you just blankly, unless you have some of these in place, and of course, I'm gonna give you some ideas and templates and examples and resources. They're gonna be in the link in the description of how to improve these. Unless you have those, you are going to waste your money spending money with Stoy Media, with anyone else. You are going to waste your money. And so I want to talk about how to put together a good setting process. I'm going to point you in the right direction for a sales process, and having a good call center basically works into the setting process. And having good sales reps is not something I could help you with, but for a better sales process and better sales reps, I would recommend that you either start hiring a bunch of sales reps, start training them, start having AI note takers for all of their sales appointments so you can start auditing them. It's actually called Plud, P-L-U-A-D. I recommend you look that up. It's an AI note taker. You can just have all the salesmen clip it onto themselves and be able to record their sales appointments. But if you think that sales is bad, you don't want to have a sales process, you don't want to have a way to consistently close people, you are probably going to lose money. You're probably going to run a bunch more leads. You're going to say, wow, these leads suck. They're so unqualified. I'm running all these appointments, but nobody is biting. They're not taking my drive-through sales process seriously. You're going to waste your money. Don't work with Stoy Media unless you have a good setting process and a good sales process. But let's talk about how to make a better setting process. And number one, calling your leads within 30 to 60 seconds, not minutes, seconds. I've spoken personally with home service business owners who call their leads within an hour, when they get the chance, within 30 minutes, and they always get the same thing on the phone. Who are you? What company? I'm not interested. Click. They always get the same thing because people don't remember. The advice that came out by an MIT professor came out in 2007, almost 19 years ago. The advice to call your leads within 5 minutes came out 19 years ago. And so I made a totally different video called Why Calling Your Leads Within 5 Minutes is Not Fast Enough, and I want you to go watch that. But long story short, people don't have the attention span anymore to wait 5 minutes for you to start calling them. You need to be calling everyone within 30 to 60 seconds. And you can have this by having dedicated call center reps, whether that's one receptionist, because realistically, if you get 10 leads a day, one call center receptionist, or really just your receptionist who answers all the phones, can realistically set all those appointments. You don't need a call center of 5 people if you're getting 10 leads a day. Now, if you're getting 100 leads a day, that's different. You definitely would want multiple different call center reps, but you could really just work with 1 or 2 who can answer the phones and set the appointments, and you'll be all good. And number 2, you want to have a good setting script. So we'll just say good script. You want to have a good script because if you answer the phone, you're robotic, you almost sound like an AI. They're not going to take you seriously. So you want to make sure that you have a good script for your setting processes. And now this goes a little bit further than that, having a good phone system. So we're going to say phone system, because if you answer or call all the leads with a spam likely phone, they're not going to answer. If as soon as you call, it says spam likely, they're not going to answer the phone. And you're going to wonder why you have a 10% set rate. It's because the only people who answer are the ones who may have been on that one phone provider that just didn't show up as spam likely. So you want to make sure that you have a decent phone system that can consistently check when your setters are showing up as spam likely and just switch out their phone number. You want to also make sure that they're calling within 30 to 60 seconds. If you removed all of the other, we'll just erase these. If you want to remove all the other advice that I give you, as long as you call the leads within 30 to 60 seconds, you are going to be able to consistently get, a 30, a 20, a 30, even a 40% set rate, depending on how you call, what phone systems you have, what your setting script is, all these other things. But it all really just does come down to how fast can you call the leads. And if you can call them within 30 to 60, you will get a very consistent and successful lead generation campaign through a lead vendor like Stoy Media. Obviously, there's other things like the offer they're running. There's other intricacies, which I made different videos on this channel about, but these are the main ones. You gotta have processes for your setting and your sales processes, which if you wanna boil down setting processes down to one thing, it's calling leads within 30 to 60 seconds. You also wanna make sure you have a dedicated call center rep, at least one person, consistently setting the appointments, not the salesman, at least one call center rep. And you also want to make sure you have good sales reps who speak good English, who can consistently close people in person on retail work. I don't know how else to urge this, but you will waste your money if you do not have decent processes. And I urge you, if you are interested in potentially adding on a lead vendor, getting more roof replacement, siding, gutters, whatever your home service is, click the link in the description, book a call, and we'll see if we'll be a good fit to potentially be your lead vendor so you can get leads on a pay-per-lead basis. Guaranteed leads for your money. And if you're interested and have any comments, then just drop a comment or visit the description for one of the resources that I'll have for improving some of these processes. Like I said, if you got any questions, the comments are there for a reason.